Nothing's better than having a fiefdom working for you every day. Then you should reach out to the expired listing owners directly. Reaching out to them directly, whether by phone, letter, email, I don't care what your methodology is. Probably all of them would be my first choice, but it's one of the most effective ways to get your foot in the door. These sellers are absolutely frustrated, and you need to be ready to handle that when you get them. They are disillusioned with the selling process. So your message needs to be thoughtful, professional, and above all, seller focused. Each method has its own advantages, right? A phone call will allow real-time interaction. A letter will offer a personal touch and give them time to absorb what you're saying at their own speed. And then an email can be very quick, a quick builder for rapport. The key is to lead with empathy and not with a hard pitch. No matter what outreach method you're going to try, I suggest strongly that you keep it simple, be very direct, tailor it to the seller's situation. If you're looking to do just a mass production letter and host it out to everybody, this is probably not your game. When you're writing the scripts for these, you need to remember there are some essential things that apply across the board. You need to introduce yourself and what you do. You need to be concise and get to the point. Be clear about your intent and what you're offering as far as a service. Focus on your seller. Demonstrate why you're the right person to have their home back on the market and how you're going to be able to sell it when someone else wasn't. You're going to be able to address common objections and your pain points in your letter. And then ask to schedule a meeting. I don't care if you're on Facebook, if you're on TikTok, and they're just sending you messages across the DM. You ask for a meeting, at minimum, a phone call, better face-to-face at a local coffee shop with a nice group of people so you don't get worried about meeting a stranger in public by yourself. If you want to start converting expired leads into listings, there are plenty of customizable scripts that are out there that you can use for each of those. If you want some of mine, fantastic. Message me below. I'll be happy to send those out to you. Pro tip, when it's possible, combine the outreach methods. A letter followed by a phone call a few days later has a much higher response rate than just a single touch point. And it's very easy for you to then reference it in those conversations. Hey, I sent you guys a letter a few days ago, wanted to make sure you got it, wanted to make sure you understood my messaging, and then wanted to reach out so that we could explain it to each other better and so that I could start building a relationship with you so you understand what I do and why I do it. This is how I have been experienced and effective and successful as a realtor. I'd like to show off for you just a little bit. Can I come by and interview for your home? Next, an absolute must that you have to take care of is creating that automated drip marketing campaign. Drip marketing is when you're going to set up an auto magic kind of scenario, a bunch of emails that you're going to send with different messaging. This is a perfect way to connect with people whose house listing expired on the MLS. It lets you stay in touch with potential leads without manually following up every single time. There's a catch. The emails in this drip campaign have to offer value, not just a sales pitch. Remember, they've already had their house on the market. You don't have to convince them that they need to sell their home or that they want to sell their home. You need to convince them now that there was nothing wrong with the timing of you putting your house on the market. Let's look at what your realtor before or what you tried to do on your own before and see if we can do it differently. And maybe that is what is going to be most effective in your particular area. You're going to need to include a few things in these campaigns too. You want to have a marketing report. You want to have recently sold data, seasonal check-ins, helpful tips. They need to see that you're familiar with their area and you have experience selling their type of property in what they think is the worst market ever because they make the mistake of listening to the news every day. And obviously that's all news anchors do is buy and sell homes. God knows they are the expert. If you've been in my classes long enough, you know that I can drip sarcasm. So I stopped putting the little sarcasm button up at the top to help you folks out. So now you're going to have to pay attention. If you want to step up your email game, there are several really good applications out there. Market Leader is one of the kings when it comes to email messaging. It offers you real estate focused CRM and a marketing solution. It's got some cool customizable email templates in there too. Automatic responder. So if they respond back, they immediately get a message. And then, of course, all the tracking tools you need to show that it's effective. You are also going to get reports so that you can fine tune strategies or figure out which strategies are working, which messages are getting opened more than others. So, another great technology out there. If you're not willing to hardline this on your own and just jump onto the front lines and get to battle, that's a good way to get started. For my multimedia fans out there and my big social media buffs, create and share a video that speaks to expired listing leads. Keep in mind, remember, owners of expired listings are usually very skeptical of real estate agents. They're fed up with the whole process. This is why a video like this can be a powerful way to break through all that. Unlike a phone call, the video is going to let potential clients see and hear you without feeling pressured to actually talk to you or respond immediately. You don't need a polished production to do this. Simply direct camera to video where you introduce yourself, share some quick insight, and explain your approach and how you have had success doing this. Then you send them a text or an email and create a more personal connection, but that should be your first run at the goal line. Advertising campaigns. Make your real estate ads specific to this leader. Address the issue your audience cares about, like owners of expired land listings, if that's the way you want to go. Tell them you're a top-notch agent who can sell their property. Show them that you genuinely care about their situation. It's always a good idea to create an ad that leads potential sellers to tailored real estate landing page where you can offer something valuable, like a list of common reasons that homes fail to sell in exchange for their contact details. You may not, again, don't attack them. And yes, they may have made a mistake on their own. And yes, they may have hired the wrong real estate agent. We have learned that, again, on the 80-20 rule, 80% of us out there are not honing the craft. We are not cultivating crops for a successful business. We just aren't. But the 20% of us that are out there, we're working, we're hustling, we're rebuilding our craft every single day so that we are the very best when we get in front of our customer. Our pitches are refined, our answers are readily available, and we have experience in all of these sales scenarios and solutions for them as they come up. Then let's go to personalization. A personalized mailer to an expired listing lead, it has been a go-to strategy for agents for a long time. Plain old direct mail. It's still super cheap. It is still super effective, and being beyond affordable. Postcards are going to allow you to use lots of different designs and messaging and determine what grabs the attention best. Whether it's a postcard or a letter, either way, I don't care. But make it pop. Don't just sit there and throw your pretty picture on there. Your picture should be on there. They should know who you are. All of your information should be there, and it should be probably at the bottom. So if they can get past your idea, then they can get a quick introduction to who you are. If you want to quickly create a bunch of these mailers, help you seize those expired listings, try Prospect Plus. They've got tons of templates already ready to go. Plus, you can have them handle mailings for you. In fact, that's probably one of the top picks as far as building something, personalizing it, branding it appropriately. Because if you're sending out mailers without your brokerage information on it, you're already in violation of your MLS and your board and your regulations. So make sure you get that straight. Offer complimentary, yes, free